Okay, so I've manufactured my component and realized that the hole spacing is wrong. So I'm going to go back now and edit this component and also make it look a little bit more kind of like a VEX EDR product. So I'm going to go back into the sketches that I know are wrong. So for example, on testing this component I realized that the holes on the side were absolutely perfect, but the holes on this top surface were wrong. And actually these holes, left and right of that center pattern, were not close enough to the edge. They were too close together. So I'm going to find the sketch and edit this sketch. So by expanding that cut on the left hand side, I'm going to find the sketch, edit it. What I think is the mistake is that I think these need to be 3mm instead. So I'm going to go into each of these, double click, change them to 3mm, and then finish the sketch, and you'll see that the whole component updates straight away. And if I now roll around to that surface, that's looking much more like a realistic hole spacing. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to go back into that first sketch that I created, edit this sketch, because one of the features that I didn't create on the very first one I did was the actual little round on the corners there, and it's actually quite a nice feature of the VEX components that each hole and each end and each edge has been nicely finished. So to give my components really that kind of that feel and that look, I'm going to add that in. Now I'm going to add in a round of 0.25mm. I think that's going to feel about right, and I'm going to click on these corners. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to update that line work. I'm going to finish my sketch, and then I'm going to look in to those holes, and hopefully what I should see is that feature's now picked up, as you can see there. So I've now got my curves. I'm now just going to repeat the process very quickly on the other two sketches. So I'm going to edit this sketch, and again I'm going to go in with my fillet. It should come up automatically, and I'm going to fillet each of these corners. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and match it on the other side. And I'm going to finish that sketch to update those, and they've all gone in the pattern. And then the final cut that I created, again I'm going to repeat that again. I'm just going to fillet that hole. Like so, and finish that sketch, and that should have all updated now. So that's starting to look a little bit more realistic. The other thing I noted is that these corners here tend to have either a chamfer or a bit of a round on them, so I really want to kind of recreate that finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look under my tools and see what options I have in terms of sheet metal to actually edit that component. Now I've got a corner chamfer tool here, and again if I just take a 0.5mm and scroll in and maybe choose one of these corners, that preview's looking pretty good. It looks like the kind of feature that I want to create. So I'm going to apply this to all 4 corners, select OK, and then I've recreated that matching chamfer just on that little corner edge there. I can keep going now and add in the small pattern of holes down the side, the various different spacings for the holes, and I can really start to make this component not only my own but also to match some of the other VEX EDR components. Have a little play and see what you can do.